Oh, I need a drink. Oh, there's only a bit of water left. Damn.
You got no alcohol left?
I can't do any alcohol. I'm sorry, where is it?
You're alcohol free.
So I'm sorry, large bottle of golden rum. Not today. Not with my hangover. The Deadpool movie was a cinematic paradox in that it was a monstrous runaway success while everybody at Fox was saying it was going to flop harder than a mattress being kicked off a building. Of these naysayers, perhaps none were more vocal than a guy called Tom Rothman, who, if reports are to be believed, near single-handedly kept the movie from being made for several years. Nailed it.
So, who is this Tom Rothman?
He was a fairly well-known figure in the industry because he helmed Fox Entertainment for 20 years, and during his tenure in charge, the studio had its most successful run of films ever. And when you get to write that on your resume, people fucking take notice. And he was known as being a steady, guiding hand for the studio and just saw it go from strength to strength. Or to put it simply to the people at home, he's a guy who knows what the fuck he's doing when it comes to movies.
You say he's the type of person who knows, the deal when it comes to movies.
Yes.
But apparently not when it comes to Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool was his blind spot, and as I mentioned at the start of the piece, he is noted as being near single-handedly responsible for keeping the movie back for several fucking years. And it's rather strange to think that a guy who, helped Avatar and Titanic, two of the highest grossing movies of all time, get made, repeatedly and consistently shat on a literal billion-dollar idea. Because Deadpool is one of the most successful, comic book movies even, of all time, because its budget was so low, which actually ended up helping the film in some ways, because it gave the film that indie feel. I think a good example of that is the marketing around Deadpool, if you remember it.
Yeah.
Which it's not a thing you can say for many movies, is it? Do you remember the marketing for a movie? It's well, no. I saw the movie and then it immediately forgot about it. But Deadpool was different.
Yeah.
And, what was your favourite act of marketing they did?
Well, it's I remember the poster where I think he positioned his hands like a love heart, and it was I think it was set to come out on Valentine's Day, and it was
And then they did the poster with him, and I forget the actress's name, but they made it look like a romance film.
Yeah.
It's Deadpool. And that to me is fucking amazing. But the reason behind all this viral marketing is because they didn't have a marketing budget. And Deadpool references this in the film itself, during the big shootout at the end, when he forgets all his guns. That was supposed to be a huge shootout, and when they called up Fox to ask for money, they told them no. So they put that shot in and just said, oh, he forgets all his guns.
Hey, where's your duffel bag?
Or the part where he goes to the X mansion and only 2 X-Men live there. So, it's almost like the studio wouldn't give us money for another X-Men.
It's a big house. It's funny that I only ever see 2 of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Men.
So I know a lot of people, including myself, who love Deadpool character.
Yeah, the character's been very popular for many years.
Yeah, so how come Rothman hated him so much?
He just didn't get it. It's the easiest way to put it. He didn't get the character. And I was like, no, it sounds bad to say, you just don't get it. But Rothman, self-admittedly, didn't. It's noted by people familiar with the tortuous production process behind Deadpool, because it's worth a read if you want to go on Wikipedia and just read about the production, because this movie was in development hell for years, and Rothman kneecapped it at every possible opportunity, because every time they tried to get it made, and you have to go through him, he's the guy in charge, and they asked him about it, he goes, I just don't get it. So he's a character, he breaks the fourth wall, I don't see it. I don't see it being popular. And obviously his word goes, because I helped make fucking Avatar and Titanic. You listen to me. And according to Tim Miller, who directed the Deadpool movie, every single time he tried to talk to Fox about it, Rothman's response would just be, I don't get it. And Rob Liefeld, who created Deadpool as a character, has gone as far to say, this man single-handedly kept the movie from being made.
So obviously the film has been made.
Yes.
So Miller must have gotten through to Rothman? Or...
He just begged. He got him months and months of begging. He says that I had a script, I had Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds signed up and said, I'll do it. And both him and Miller were so dedicated to getting it made, they were well, we'll take less money. Can we make it for less money? And like I said, they ended up slashing the budget again and again and again when it finally got made. And they were okay with that because they just wanted to make the movie they wanted. And according to Miller, he would just email Fox every couple of months, just saying, you change your mind on this Deadpool movie yet? And he'd get a response, nope, we still don't get it. It's not being made. And he'd go, oh, okay then. And they'd email again a couple of months later, Ryan Reynolds is still on board. He said he'll do it for less money. I'll do it for less money. Any movement on this? Nope. Still don't get it. Okay. A few months later, we've got a script. It's a really good one. It's really good. Ryan Reynolds, he's still on board. Do you want us to make? No. We got okay.
They were clearly dedicated to making the film with like the persistent begging every month.
Yeah, and when the movie was being made, they like took every hit that Fox level, and every time the budget got slashed, they went, okay, we're still going to try and make this the best movie we can. And Rat said when they had no marketing budget, Ryan Reynolds just put the suit on and went out and just started filming fucking YouTube videos in it. And like he posed for photos in his free time to make those like dumb photoshops and stuff that they did.
Well, Deadpool appeared in the X-Men origin films.
Yes, he did.
Did Rothman not care about that at all?
The thing is, he did, and this is where the story gets amazing, because I think it just highlights like how petty Rothman was about hating this character, because the reason that Ryan Reynolds wanted to make a Deadpool movie is because of how shit Deadpool's appearance in that Origins movie was. And I think it's safe to say that every fan of the character hated what happened to him in that movie, because they literally sew the mouth shut of a character whose one defining character trait is never shutting the fuck up.
Your striker finally figured out how to shut you up.
And it may not surprise you to learn that Rothman was the guy behind that decision.
No, well, of course.
Yeah, just think about that for a moment. Like, he's so petty, he insisted that if Deadpool's going to be in this Origins movie, sew his fucking mouth shut. And everyone, up to and including the director and Ryan Reynolds, said, this is a stupid idea, everybody's going to hate it. And Rothman went, I don't care. And I think if you go to Rothman's Wikipedia page, it's like listed under his accomplishments, and it just says in 2009 Rothman was infamously the man behind the decision to sew Deadpool's mouth shut, a character known in the comics as the Merc with a Mouth. But as so often happens on this channel, it gets just a little bit worse. People might be wondering, what about that test footage that leaked? The reason that Deadpool got made. I think Ryan Reynolds has said whoever leaked that test footage got Deadpool made, because so many people make this movie looks awesome. And do you recall the footage at all? It's basically the intro to the film, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they reshot it for the movie. But if you go back and you watch that test footage, though, you might notice that Deadpool says something to camera at the end of it. And do you remember what it is he says?
Doesn't he say, hi, Tom?
Yes.
Meet the cure.
Okay, not the cure, but more like a topical ointment that reduces swelling and itch. Hi, Tom!
You've probably guessed by now, that Tom is Tom Rothman.
Yeah.
Because they filmed and apparently they sent that to Tom and he hated it, which makes me annoyed that it didn't appear in the final film. But I just think it's amazing that this piece of footage, that when it leaked, every single person is make this fucking movie. People are probably wondering, if Rothman hated the character so much, how did his test footage even get made? And the story behind it is that after months and months of begging, he finally gave a little bit of money to film, the test footage to see if the idea would work, and then immediately shat all over it and shuttered it and never let it see the light of day. And then some large penis hero managed to get it and release it on the internet. And we still don't know to this day who that was. And I think Ryan Reynolds has joked about it being him, which I hope is true, because that's awesome.
He's known to be a bit of a joker, isn't he? Because he always trolls his wife.
Oh, he fucking does. And we have to mention the greatest tweet ever sent, which was on Ryan Reynolds' wife's birthday, Blake Lively. He just said, "Happy birthday to my wonderful wife," and posted a picture of him and her on the red carpet with her face just cut off. So it's just a picture of him. And did you ever see how she got him back for that?
I think so.
Yeah, on his birthday, she tweeted out a picture of him and Jake Gyllenhaal or something, with him cut off and Jake Gyllenhaal, and "Happy birthday to my wonderful husband." I fucking love him so much. Did you see the stuff he did for Deadpool 2 with Josh Brolin? Where he filmed his workout routine, but it's just Josh Brolin on the toilet. So it's Josh Brolin going, "Arr!" and he's lifting a weight, and it zooms out and he's just on the toilet, and it's filmed by Ryan Reynolds. If he wasn't making movies, he'd be a fucking marketing guy. So he's a genius at it.
So good.
So a lot of the stuff for the Deadpool movie was his idea. He'd send stuff off for clearing, and the only thing they'd say is it cheap? He'd go, well, yeah, it's one poster, so that's fine.
But obviously, once Deadpool came out, it was a great success, made a lot of money.
$1 billion.
So I'm wondering what was Rothman's reaction to,
the success of the movie.
Yeah.
We don't know, because he staunchly refused to give interviews about it. And as annoying as that is, I have to say it's very on brand. For the end of this video, I think it's just worth discussing how much of an anomaly Deadpool is. Not even in terms of its success, but its marketing. Because how many movies can you think of where the marketing for it is memorable? Because we've just spent 5 minutes trying to think of another movie that had marketing as memorable as Deadpool's, and the answer we came up with was fucking Detective Pikachu, also starring Ryan Reynolds, because Ryan Reynolds did it all on his own. Because, like, didn't he say, like, he was method act? What did you say he did?
He method acted.
Yell it off cam, go on.
Did like a video where he was talking about method acting as Detective Pikachu. So he was just saying how like he didn't pick up his kids from school because Detective Pikachu wouldn't do that.
Because he doesn't have kids.
Detective Pikachu, he doesn't know who those 2 little girls are. Who are they?
They're our daughters. He just left them.
He doesn't have a wife. No.
And I think as well, didn't he said, oh no, I've accidentally released the entire movie on YouTube. And then it's like a 2.5 hour long YouTube clip. And it's just like a gif of just Pikachu just dancing for an hour or something. That's really memorable, and it makes the movie awesome because it just makes it feel like more of an experience. I think the only other one I can really think of is Endgame.
Yeah.
Not particularly the trailers or the posters, but the whole thing of don't spoil Endgame, where they got every single actor to post a thing like don't spoil Endgame. They signed the thing, and it's like because that felt like a communal effort.
Yeah.
And then I think in the lead up to it as well, they released the Remember the Fallen ones. And I think every actor involved with the movie got sent their thing, and they released them over the course of a day, which again just felt like made it feel like more of an event instead of like just a movie that's coming out on this date.
Yeah.
So it's a movie outside the realm of film. There's a couple of video games that have had like really good marketing. In the past, I think Grand Theft Auto 4 was a famous one, where they put like wanted posters of Nico Bellic everywhere, and then they painted like the entire side of a building. With just the giant fucking Grand Theft Auto 4 thing. So it's like, what the fuck is this? Grand Theft Auto 4, awesome. And then another one is for a smaller game, but it's a personal favourite of mine, Metal Gear Revengeance, in Leeds. And in Leeds, they have, on the side of a pub, I think it is, just a painting of Raiden as like the cyborg ninja that has been there for about 5 to 10 years now. And I believe it's even a poker stop on Pokemon Go, because it's that memorable. It's just as you come outside the train station, and they've never painted over it, because why would you? It's too fucking cool. It's been there for years. And obviously now people have forgotten about the game or what it's even supposed to be advertising, and it's now just a cool painting of a ninja on the side of a pub, which is awesome. The Ninja Pub. And it's like a meeting place. So where'd you go? Oh, we turn left at the Ninja. It's like, yeah, love it.
That is pretty cool.
But it's like, other than that, like it's weird how it's the exception and not the norm. And that's what's amazing to me, like what the $200-300 million they spent advertising like Endgame, and it was less memorable than Ryan Reynolds filming YouTube videos with his phone in the Deadpool costume for basically free.